Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
We're back. Welcome to the bunker.
And welcome to the S-4 Bunker, coming to you tonight live here in the Cascade Mountains of Concrete, Washington. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy VD Day!
Whoa.
That's raunchy.
I'm sorry.
That's such a raunchy. It's not VD Day. Oh my
Bigfoot
God.
don't have no VD. For aliens, maybe. Okay.
So I do want to do a real quick disclaimer. Just to be clear, there are some paranormal issues that are serious, such as alien abduction. We don't condone, obviously, and don't think it's cool that people get raped. Rape's not ever a funny or okay topic to talk about, and that's what alien abduction is. So I want to be clear there. What we are talking about is, well, there was once this talk show in Britain that this woman carried a little blow-up alien around, and her and Alf, or whatever the fuck his name was, were going to get married. She was just waiting for him to propose. So that's the kind of shit we're talking about. Folks, have you ever actually, like we did tonight, looked up paranormal sex?
Don't do it!
No.
Holy shit!
So that's actually a thing we're going to be getting into tonight.
Yeah, before we get too far, I want to... we have a special guest on tonight. Kelly Williams.
Hi.
Say hi. Everybody
everyone.
say hi to Kelly.
Hi.
And so on the air, as usual, we have
Kelly. Hi.
Nikki Jacobs, we have Rick Persley, we have Robert White, we have John Wegeleitner, Kayla Wegeleitner, Cole Wegeleitner, and of course your host Eric Cooper. And now we have Kelly. Welcome,
Hi.
Kelly.
Thank you.
So before we start, are you actually interested in the paranormal? Have you ever had any paranormal experiences?
Have you fucked Bigfoot?
I have not.
Okay, you have never fucked Bigfoot, or you've never had a paranormal experience?
Well, I think I've had a paranormal experience.
Okay.
She fucked Nessie.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
What the fuck?
No, but I see things and I hear things a lot. So that aren't there. That
Right.
I know they're not there, but it's like,
Paranormal usually never is.
yeah. I'm like, one of my past residences that I lived in, there was a guy with orange hair having his cup of coffee at my table, and I'm like, I don't know anybody with orange hair, so cool, hi.
I had a spirit make me a pot of coffee one time.
Yeah,
It was,
that's
yeah,
weird.
a little bit weak, but I drank it. I never poured coffee into a coffee pot. How the fuck did coffee come into my coffee pot? I
Nice.
drank it. I was brave. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a completely unrelated note, Bigfoot jism is brown.
Canadian. Sure.
Canadian syrup? What did you just say?
Canadian Sasquatch.
Hi.
No, you said it wrong. Oh my. What's
Oh
up?
my.
F-A-E, Faye, regarding
Faye.
the copy.
Faye.
Oh.
Phagism?
No,
It
fae,
was
like
fae.
a fairy. fairy made the coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only spirits that ever
You know
made
what?
coffee were Jack Daniels.
And that was in Atlanta, Georgia, so that very well could have been. Now, let me ask you this. Was it a spirit or was it a fairy that dropped pennies from nowhere?
It was the poor boy.
I would think that would be fairies.
Marley.
Oh, that could have been either one. Because
Angels.
spirits, I believe, are known more to drop pennies and shit like that.
Huh.
But, I mean, Atlanta, we had fairies all over the
Angels
place.
do too.
Huh?
Angels.
Angels do too.
Okay.
The Endix.
Oh. So, sorry, folks, I'm stretching. It's been a long-ass week. And I'm getting older
It's only
on
hump day.
Sunday. So our party is here on Saturday.
Let's not lie to the people. You're getting older every day.
I know! I hate
Everybody
time.
is. What are you talking
It's like
about?
the sun is going around the earth every
Most of
24
us don't
fucking hours.
age 1 year in a day, you know? Fred.
Well,
Not all of us can be special.
there are times when it feels like a week in a day.
So Rick, does Paula have any questions tonight?
I'm sure she does.
That's a good question. She is trying to log back into her Discord.
Okay,
She's in.
okay.
She's in.
So
Gotcha.
still working on it. She is, I think, writing questions as we speak.
Yeah, because she's in. I can see her.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, she just got in. She literally says she just got in. So
Oh,
she's
shit. I
she's
need
going to
to
have some
scroll down.
hard-hitting
Okay, I got
questions here just any moment now. Right?
Okay.
Start with story.
The sort of stuff that wins Emmy Awards, except we're not nominated. Or
Hey, I gotta tell you, man, hard hitting is probably not something that we want for tonight's show. Like,
Well,
Well, and I find it funny that we post our promo in like 30, 40 different groups. And our own local group is the one to bitch and moan and bash about it being a raunchy topic. Folks, we don't make this shit up. You think we like to sit around and talk about alien sex? No.
Yes.
Yes!
Absolutely.
me and Cole talk about alien sex all the time.
Well, yeah, you're an alien. Go figure.
It's kind of second nature to me. But hey, to each their own.
You want a story?
Yeah.
Who do you want? Okay, so guys, here's the deal. Let's take a vote. I've got 3 stories. I've got Bigfoot, I've got an alien, and I've got a ghost. Which would you like?
I'll do the ghost first.
Do the ghost.
I mean, and I want to. Is this one with a legal aspect?
No, it's
The ghost?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I find it funny as stupid as our government is these days. They would think spirits. Well, anyway, tell a story. Oh, God.
yeah. Way to give away the ending. Fuck.
No, I'm still baffled by it. I'm going to have to look that shit up.
So this comes from the British Daily Mail, who is owned by the BBC. This is no ordinary love story. It involves a woman and her husband, but the thing is, her husband is not a living entity. Rocker Burkhard, a 38-year-old woman from Oxfordshire, England, has decided that her marriage is not working out anymore and wants out. But it seems her husband, who is the ghost of a Victorian soldier, refuses to accept this reality. The two began dating last year after Eduardo appeared in Burkhard's bedroom. 5 months later, they married and apparently have not been living happily ever after. I am at the end of my tether. I don't want to admit defeat, but it feels like being married to a ghost doesn't work, she told the Daily Mail. It seems Eduardo was not happy about her decision to call it quits and has been haunting her. Besides hearing the screams of a child, she has also experienced deep, dark thoughts which she believes are Eduardo's doing. She did what any other person would do and called a medium to act as a marriage counselor, but Eduardo didn't take the intervention very seriously.
Oh, God.
How shocking. So, Nikki, how many marriage counseling sessions have you had? Okay, but here's the thing.
Imagine the yellow lady.
So I did look into this story. It's real. the British government did allow her to marry him, but they will not allow her to divorce him without his consent.
Are you
So I have a question on that.
Oh my
So
god.
does the government have a medium so they can actually talk to him too?
The government does not, but she hired one, and he doesn't want to get divorced, so he's not. He doesn't. He's from the Victorian age. He doesn't believe in divorce.
No, they don't.
That's the age of beheadings.
Yeah.
No death, man.
Yeah.
So
Don't
if
you reunite?
you,
Well, and that's my question.
what if you exercised it? Like, what if
Well-
like passed him over?
He's not fat.
Let's take him on the treadmill.
No,
I mean, like,
But no, but okay.
What if
in
you
the house.
passed him over? Then, like, would he have died so she can file for a death certificate and then get?
The marriage vows literally say "till death do we part." But if she dies, she's kind of going to him.
Yep.
So does that like?
Till eternity to be part.
So, well,
Well, okay, technically, unless he's attached to
till
her,
death till we come
she
together.
can move, but he'd be stuck in the house still.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends on what kind of a spirit he is.
Well,
What's that?
You can go haunt your next wife.
What? I saw it on Ghost.
Spirits can wrap themselves around a human living person's soul cord. So if
Well,
they
this is kind of
attach,
fucked.
they are seriously hardcore attached.
Well, that
As I've heard before,
That's
you
for
can
her.
just rip that out. Or is that just the beads that come out? Asking for a friend.
my question is, do they have alimony over there? And if so, clearly he hasn't made any money in quite a while, so does she have to pay him? If it was a divorce, so...
Wait, whoa.
Hold
And
on.
if he has possession of the house, does he get the house in the divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
Robert, does Australia have alimony?
I believe we do. I haven't had any cause to have any though, so yeah.
So
We should have.
what I'm gonna say is, with Canada having it and Australia having it, both of us being under the monarchy, patriarchy now of Britain, I would say they do too. So
Okay. Well, I'm not from those places, so I
yeah,
was just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I know. You're from Texas.
We don't do no alimony in Texas.
yeah, they don't believe in divorce there. They do the same thing, beheading.
No, they just shoot him. Get me the next sow.
Yep.
Alimony?
Brad,
I'm still baffled of the court systems. What the fuck?
Right? What a waste of court assets.
it's a small country. What else do they have to do?
Apparently
It's not like they're going after going to war every day anymore. They're not America.
I could see Germany doing that shit. But yeah.
Brad.
All right, what's your next story? What do we got?
All right, let's go to aliens.
All right.
Nikki, you're gonna like this
Now,
one.
wait. Does it say what kind of alien it is?
No.
Okay, fine.
Just aliens.
Just-
Okay.
So, a woman who claims to be in love with an invisible alien says her intergalactic lover is better in bed than Earthman. Actor Emanuela Rose, formerly known as Abby Bella, who lives in East London, said
Yep, that's
on
the same
this
one.
morning she first met the alien after posting on Instagram about how she would rather date someone from a different planet than go on another Tinder date. She claims she was later abducted from her Canary Wharf flat by the UFO that enveloped her in a beam of yellow light. Once on board, she met
Sounds
the alien
romantic.
crew before being introduced to her invisible lover, Emmanuel. Emanuela, who changed her name to reflect the aliens, said they have been dating for a year and now want to wed.
Yep.
Emanuela, who said aliens do not have a human form and are invisible to the eye, appeared on the show with a blow-up green alien, said the inflatable is just a placeholder and a symbolic representation of her partner.
And she takes him to the movie theater with her, too.
When this morning co-host, Holly Willoughby, asked whether the pair share a physical relationship, Emanuela said, yes, I have to say once you go alien, you'll forget Earthmen. If you're tired of men, I recommend the aliens. How can I put this? The aliens are loving light and pure like energy, so we can't even go all the way that he can go because it would kill me. She had compared to Earthmen, it's like times a million. As well as discussing their love life, Emanuela revealed she wanted more commitment from her partner and said he too is ready to take the relationship further. He did try and propose, but I'm pretty traditional, so I want a ring. And he doesn't really know what that is. So I said I wanted like a big rock, and he got me some pebbles from the beach. Like, just doesn't get it. So basically, he has no Earth money. So I'm just hoping maybe over time we can save up the money. Many Twitter users were left baffled by the segment, with some suggesting the program was exploiting the guests. One wrote, great to see this morning going back to basics and getting mentally ill guests on the show for the general public to laugh at. Another wrote, what am I watching in love with an inflatable alien? This woman needs help, not publicity. This show has definitely gone downhill over the last few months. And the third said, why oh why do they have people like this on? She clearly needs help. It's horrible. Hashtag this morning.
Yeah, that. They always go straight to mental health. I mean,
right.
Well, I have one question.
Is she really mentally ill?
Cole, what's it like? Having sex with an alien?
What you said? Once you go alien, you just don't go back.
Fred, it's definitely wet. What's up, John?
Oh. Uh-huh.
Would you use the term moist?
Can I ask you a question? Would you call a waterfall moist?
Whoa! Drenched.
Robert looks disturbed. Yeah, is your girlfriend listening right now?
Sorry, we have more places to excrete from. I think my son is about ready to puke here. And you're sitting in between the two of us.
The contactees, because contactees aren't the ones that are taken against their will. Contactees are actually enjoying their time with the aliens.
Yeah, they're the people that were standing on top of the buildings in Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, that one didn't go well for them.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
Fred.
Yeah.
I just would like to say that this is the kind of stuff that George Norrie wishes he had on his show.
Listen to Paula.
This kind of material, his ratings would be through the roof.
You know what? We are the Howard Stern of the paranormal.
Oh, fun. No, we don't have a guest on that's actually had sex with an alien, so.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
the next thing we need to do is we need to get Bigfoot in here and put him on a Sybian machine.
A what?
A
Well,
Sybian.
a few years.
Oh.
Why the fuck am I a frog?
Because either that or Miss Piggy.
Closer to a frog. And again, sorry folks, if you're not in the chat, you wouldn't get it.
Well, if you know what a Sibian machine is, you certainly get it.
Wow. Anyone who owns one is really getting it.
Poor Kermit.
Oh my
Does
god.
that make this piggy an alien? Wait, that would be cross species fucking.
You just called me Miss Piggy!
Come on. Let's not be vulgar. It's interspecies erotica.
Okay, there you go. Because that was my question. So if you actually had intimate relations with Bigfoot, would that be bestiality?
No, I just told you.
It would be interspecies
No,
erotica.
if you're doing it with an alien, though.
It's intergalactic.
It's intergalactic erotica.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No?
If it's
universal erotica?
Interdimensional.
But if it's an alien from this solar system, it's not intergalactic.
It's neighborly love.
Well, no, but like let's say seriously, it is an actual like alien from this solar system. That's still interspecies erotica because it's still a species.
I'm just hoping they didn't come
And
from
it's a different
Uranus.
species. Huh? We all know it comes from Uranus.
Obviously, a lot of wet. So,
I told you, more fiber.
Holy crap.
okay.
Literally.
So this happened. Okay.
That took me a minute, Robert. For intergalactic. For an
Intergalactic planetary.
if you're saying like her holes are that big, I don't care what species she is. She's gonna take offense to that.
What if it's intergalactic? I can't believe that's sexist.
Is that supposed to be you?
Oh
No. Hey, Nikki, how you doing?
I gotta ask you, is this where you expected this show to go?
No.
Oh wow!
Are you sure? Like, come on.
Let's hear wait. Let's hear the John version of this show.
I didn't expect. I don't know what I was getting myself into.
Oh no.
Oh my!
All right, cheer time. That's what I said when I first met your mom.
Stop! Oh, right here.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on from the alien. What's the next story?
Move along.
Friend. Okay, give me 1 second here. I gotta find it now. There we go.
That's what he said. First time.
Okay, so here's the deal. I know it's Valentine's Day.
Step into a Slim Jim.
No, it's Jack Mix.
I know it's Valentine's Day. The first story was a little harsh, I will admit. The second story, it was completely about love.
Oh God!
The story's gonna be a little rough, guys.
Wait! We have a listener question.
We do.
Oh, Paula asks, how can we advance the world of paranormal romance? Asking for a friend.
Except the probing.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Or probe back.
There you go. Turnaround's fair play.
Where would you carry
So,
your
Cole.
probe?
No,
You
wait.
just hold it with you at all times in case you got
Damn right.
So, Cole, we need a probe. So that when we actually go to a landing site and catch one of them little fuckers, we can probe them back for everybody.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
this could work. Like, you
big
can
fork.
carry that anywhere because a guy robs you, probe him. For guy pulls a gun on you, probe his ass.
With his gun.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna get a whistle.
All right, you blow the whistle, and then me and Eric will come probe the guy.
Yep.
You sound like you want to do this a little too much.
Hey,
Just saying.
like
Okay,
Eric said, turnabout is fair play.
Yep.
Friend.
Yep. And we're not.
It's our turn.
Jesus, let's move off of this. What's the next story?
We should not.
No,
probe
wait. We got to answer the question.
Stop it.
How can we advance the world of paranormal romance?
How can we
The
advance
first thing you gotta
paranormal
do-
I might
romance?
also start a few more.
To be realistic here is for
Start a dating website.
well, no, there's already Pornhub, paranormal Pornhub.
Well, yeah, but Pornhub isn't a
I'm not
dating
going to, but
website.
you can. Tell me how those viruses and fishes go.
But how in the hell would you swipe on anything if they're invisible?
I think for a realistic answer, first you have to get people to actually recognize the paranormal. You have to prove what many people still don't believe in. For example, I'm in a Bigfoot group, right? And I ask a simple question. What's your thoughts? Is Bigfoot an animal that we haven't found, or is Bigfoot supernatural? The amount of fucking, oh my God, you believe in Bigfoot? It's a Bigfoot group, yeah. So, I mean, just based on that, when you've got...
Well, okay, I'm not going to lie, Eric.
Huh.
I'm starting to have trouble believing in Bigfoot.
Really?
I mean, the guy just lacks motivation. He can't get this done. Right? How can I believe in him if he won't just do it?
Okay. We'll go find him.
Nobody has an answer. Like,
we could give him a pair of Nikes.
We did that with our kids. It didn't work for them. They didn't get any motivation.
That would be a very big pair of Nikes. And extremely expensive.
John, you can borrow.
What, a size 20?
Oh, God.
Or size 25? But yeah, I think honestly, to ever talk serious, I mean, they got 11 billion different paranormal romance novels out there, mostly involving vampire werewolf. You don't see anything with Bigfoot.
Yeah, you do. You see a lot of it. Yeah.
Really?
All right,
you're just not looking on the right sites,
I guess
dude.
not.
Here, I'll give you a whole list.
No,
I'm going to join Eric here and actually take a serious turn on this this topic. Friend, the problem is, first, people have to accept regular relationships.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely. Once we do that, it'll be a lot easier. Because we actually do have huge communities. Like, we do have a vampire community in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, they identify as vampires. They drink blood. They do all the things that the classic vampire does, other than kill people.
And live forever.
And they are actually right now to the point where they're scared to admit what they are to their own doctor because of the ridicule that they'll get.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, if we could start accepting everyone for what they do within the legal limits, guys.
Limits. Always limits.
But if we can start accepting people for how they feel about themselves, then maybe we can actually start developing into different relationships. But until then, I don't see it happening.
I don't either. I mean, shit, we can't even get past political or religious fucking divides, let alone other divides.
Oh, it's not even about that. We can't get past interracial relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
Black and white's still not okay in most places.
Now, there is a whole fairy community, and I'm talking
in San Francisco.
Huh? No.
Different fairy. Never mind.
They have like fairy queens and fairy godmothers, and I mean they have a whole fae clan in East Washington.
Yes. Correct.
Really?
That would be cool to me.
And they have a gathering. I think is it once a year, Nikki?
Yes.
I get their newsletters.
Like a gathering that you can go to.
Yeah.
Yes.
As like an ally.
You can actually. You can camp at it. Yeah.
Cool.
It's once a year. It's for.
I get their emails, but
4 or 5 days. It's the Fairy Congress, Northwest Fairy Congress.
That's it.
Dude, I want to go.
Do you?
Yeah.
Then we'll make a trip of it.
Sweet.
It's not far from here. It's just over in on our in northern Washington, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Chula.
Huh?
Chula?
Is it Chula? I think it's Chula, but I'm not sure.
I have to look where that's at.
CH or
yeah, CHEWLAH.
And so, I mean, yeah, they have a whole fairy congress here in Washington. They have, like you said, the vampire community. So paranormal romance is possible, but I agree, Cole. A normal human can't get past a relationship, let alone with a paranormal.
Yeah. And
So,
I think it's going to be a while.
well, if ever, before the Earth shifts again.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. In a couple of years ago, I had psychic visions of what was going to happen in 100 to 200 years. By the 200-year mark on this planet, we will have humans and ETs and hybrids walking the same damn streets. So people need to get out of their own assholes and actually quit being so bigoted about everything under the sun.
What year is that?
200 years from now.
Oh, I'm not going to be
100
That
to
sucks to
200.
you. I will be.
No, you won't.
Fuck you. I have plans.
I'm not coming back.
Well, when you guys said within limits, well, that's the problem, is that you guys we've all set limits on our thinking. And
Correct.
so if we let the limits go and stop putting limits on everything, then things will be more accepted.
Okay, when I say within limits,
He's talking about like pedophiles and shit.
yeah.
Well, I get that,
And,
but
and that is the only limits I really care about. Friend.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the world in itself.
Yeah.
There are limits on everybody's thinking, and so if you just open your mind and accept a lot more things out there, then...
I try to open people's minds, but they get mad because I drilled into their skull. I don't know.
Well, you know...
You gotta stop putting your doctor's license on Wish.com.
But it's cheaper there!
Actually, you gotta go to Temu now.
It's more expensive than Cracker Jack, though.
Friend.
So real quick too, Paul is asking, do you feel that spectrophilia is mostly dealing with interactions with known ghosts to the person or unknown? I think that can go either way.
Yeah.
You move into a house
Yes.
and you meet spirits that are in the location, then yeah. I don't think I'd want to have sex with a known ghost. That's family. I mean,
Well...
that's incest.
Is it still incest if they're dead and ghosty?
Absolutely.
Ask her friend.
Yeah, sure you are.
Oh, I love the Dan Aykroyd, Robert. I can see Dan Aykroyd. Actually, I can see Dan Aykroyd interacting with this conversation.
I'm just saying, that's probably the only scene he has never had to act out in his life. Friend.
Well...
Right.
So not family, but maybe your spouse that passed away? No.
Why? That's actually a thing now, though.
It is.
Because now you can put them in a dildo.
What?
Yes.
They make dildos
They
that
make
you can turn
dildos
into...
with ashes in
Yeah, you can put their ashes in it.
What?
Well...
It's okay, we'll
Yeah,
get you one.
no.
Your cat dies.
I think I would slap around if I ever did that to Izzy.
Oh my god.
Friend.
Oh my god!
Well, one woman I was just watching on one of the reels on Facebook just yesterday was saying that they should make the monuments of gravestones, instead of having the gravestones, have it like statues, and then they can put the ashes into a glass eyeball and have like the eyeballs on the statue, and have the ashes looking at you, and it was like, okay, get a life.
That's kind of creepy.
Wait, is this still,
That would be creepy as shit. I don't think I
is this still legal to taxidermy someone?
to taxidermy a human?
I don't know.
Well, make up a statue and just put the ashes.
Did you just say, look at...
That'd be fucking legal.
Hey, it used to be.
Cannot taxidermy a human!
It became, it was illegal in Washington at 1928.
It became illegal in
Yeah.
1920.
Before that, you
So
could.
before that, you could taxidermy your, like, ew.
So
Well-
for once, you actually feel like you were born in the wrong era, don't you?
Oh, no.
I needed 1927 so I can become taxidermy. Just come out during family events.
Going back into the closet.
Here's the deal. If you come out in a family, we're fine with that. Friend, we told you it's okay to be gay.
After a game and then play with your.
Oh man, would put horns on you and make you into a John-elope.
A John-elope.
The elusive John-elope. Oh, no.
So wait, okay. So what's her Bigfoot story?
What if you broke it?
Uh-oh.
Broke what? Like, Nikki, what are you planning on doing here?
Well,
She got an answer.
I just had lots of thoughts go through.
Okay, so our last story that I got, I could not find out if this was credible. I searched and searched and I don't know. So, but it's by Ron Carlson is the guy's name. This story. Whoever the spirit is in Nikki's room, put back her soul cord.
That's what I was going to say. Somebody pulled the funny cord.
You got the whip out?
So wait, what is it?
Okay. So this story's by Ron Carlson, okay? And I'm not going to tell you how it starts. Because it'll say it in the first few sentences.
Okay.
Well, duh. That's what stories do.
The problem,
calls an introduction.
the problem is credibility. The problem, as I'm finding out over the last few weeks, is basic credibility. Mm-hmm. A lot of people look at me and say, "Sure, Rick. Bigfoot stole your wife." It makes me sad to see it, the look of disbelief in each person's eyes. Trudy's disappearance makes me sad too, and I'm sick in my heart about where she may be and how he's treating her, what they do all day, if she's getting enough to eat. I believe he's being good to her. I mean, I feel it, and I'm going to keep hoping to see her again, but it is my belief that I probably won't. In the 2.5 years we were married, I often had the feeling that I would come home from the track and something would be funny. Oh, she'd say things like, "One of these days I'm not going to be here when you get home." Things like that. Things like everybody says. How stupid of me not to see them as omens. When I get out of bed in the early afternoon, I'd stand right here at the sink and I could see her working in her garden in their cut-off Levi's and bikini top, weeding, planting, and watering. I mean, it was obvious. I was too busy thinking about the races, weighing the odds, checking the jockey roster to see what I now know. He was watching her too. He'd probably been watching her all summer. So in a way, it was my fault, but what could I have done? Bigfoot steals your wife. I mean, even if you're home, it's going to be a mess. He's big, and now I'll tell you. When I came home, it was about 11:30. The lights were on, which really wasn't anything new, but in the ordinary mess of the place, there was a little difference, signs of a struggle. There was a spilled Dr. Pepper on the counter, and the fridge was open. But there was something else, something that made me sick. The smell. The smell of Bigfoot. It was hideous. It was... The guy's not clean. Half of Trudy's clothes are gone, not all of them, and there's no note. Well, I know what it is. It's just about midnight there in the kitchen, which smells like some part of hell. I close the fridge door. It's the saddest thing I've ever done. There's a picture of Trudy and me leaning against her Toyota taped to the fridge door. It was taken last summer. There's Trudy in her bikini top, her belly brown as a bean, her looking like a kid. She was a kid, I guess, 26. The 2 times she went to the track with me, everybody looked at me like, how'd I rate her? But she really didn't care for the races. She cared about her garden and Chinese cooking and Buster, her collie, who I guess Bigfoot stole too. Or ate. Buster isn't in the picture. He was egging my nephew Chuck, who took the photo. Anyways, I closed the fridge door, and it's like part of my life closed. Bigfoot steals your wife, and you're in for some changes. You come home from the track having missed the daily double by a neck, and when you enter the home you are paying for and in which you and your wife's collie live, and your wife and her collie are gone as is some of her clothing, there is nothing to believe. Bigfoot stole her. It's a fact. What should I do? Ignore it? Chuck came down and said something like, well, if Bigfoot stole her, why did he take the Celica? What a cynic. Have you ever read anything about Bigfoot not being able to drive? He'd be cramped in there, but I'm sure he could manage. I don't really care if people believe me or not. Would that change anything? Would that bring Judy back here? Pull the weeds in her garden? As I think about it, no one believes anything anymore. Give you one example of someone believing one thing. No one believes me. I myself can't believe all the suspicious and cynicism there is in this world, today's world. Even at the races, some character next to me will poke over at my tip sheet and ask me if I believe that stuff. If I believe, what is there to believe? The horse's name? What he did the last time out? And I look back at the guy, too cheap to go $2 on the program, and I say, it's history. It's historical fact here. Believe? Huh. There's a fact. I believe everything. Credibility. When I was 13 years old, my mother's Taylor was washed away in the flooding waters of the Harley River and swept 31 miles, ending right side up and nearly dead level just outside Mercy. In fact, the old weeding parking lot for the abandoned potash plant. I know this has to be true because I was inside the trailer the whole time with my pal Nuggy Rainnecker. My experience more life-changing than I did. Now, who's going to believe this story? I mean, besides me, because I was there. People are going to say, come on, 31 miles? Don't you mean 31 feet? We had gone out in the rain after school to check out the magazine that belonged to my mother's boyfriend. It was a copy of Dude, and there was a fold-out page I will never forget of a girl lying on a beach on her back. It was a color photograph. The girl was a little pale. I mean, this was probably her first day out in the sun. She had no clothing on. So it was good. But what made it great was that they had made her a little bit out of sand. Someone had spilled a little sand just right here and there, and the sand was this incredible gold color, and it made her look so absolutely naked you wanted to pull your eyes out. Oh. Nuggy and I knew there was flood danger in Griggs. We had a flood every year almost, and it had been raining for 5 days on and off. But when the trailer bucked the first time, we thought it was my mother come home to catch us in the dirty book. Yeah, Nuggy shoved the magazine under his bed, and I ran out to check the door. It only took me a second. I hollered back, hey, no sweat, no sweat, no one's here. But by the time I returned to see what other poses they had of this beautiful woman, Nuggy already had his pants to his ankles and was involved in what we knew was a sin. If it had been the timing of the first wave with this act of his, Nuggy might have gone on to live with what the rest of us call a normal life. But the Harley had crested, and the head wave, which they estimated to be 3 feet minimum, unmoored the trailer with a push that knocked me over the sofa and threw Nuggy, already entangled in his trousers, clear across the bedroom. I watched the village's Griggs as we sailed through. Some of the village, the Exxon station, part of it at least, to the car wash, which folded up right away, tried to come along with us. And I saw the front of the Painter's Mercantile, the old porch and signboard, on and off all day.
What the fuck?
You can believe this, it was not a smooth ride. We ripped along for 10 seconds, dropping and growling over rocks, rumbling over tree stumps, and then wham, the front end of the trailer would lodge against a rock or something that could stop it, and whoa, we'd wheel around sharp as a carnival ride. Worse, really, because the furniture would be thrown against the far side and us with it. Sometimes we'd end up in a chair, and sometimes the chair would sit on us. My mother had about 4,000 knickknacks and 5 big box shelves, and that gave us trouble for the first 2 or 3 miles, flying by like artillery.
And this is how
left and right, some small tail hits you in the face, later in the back, but that stuff all finally settled in the foot, and then 2 feet of water, which we took on. We slowed down only once, and it was the worst. In the railroad flats, I thought we had stopped, and I let go of the door I was hugging and tried to stand up, and then swish, another rush sent us right along. We rammed along all day, it seemed, but when we finally washed up in Mercy, and the sheriff's cousin pulled open the door and got swept back to his car by water and quite a few knickknacks, just over an hour had passed. We had averaged, they figured later, about 32 miles an hour, reaching speeds of up to 50 at Lime Falls and Willows. I was okay and walked out bruised and well washed, but when the sheriff's cousin pulled Nuggy out, he looked genuinely hurt. For God's sakes, I remember the sheriff's cousin saying, that damn flood knocked this boy's pants off. Nuggy wasn't talking. In fact, he never hardly talked to me again in the 2 years he stayed at regional school. I heard later, and I believe it, that he joined the monastery over in Malcolm Country. My mother, because she didn't have the funds to haul our rig back to Greece, worried for a while, but then the mayor arranged for us to stay out where we were. So after my long ride in a trailer down the flooded Harley River with my friend Nuggy Rainnecker, I grew up in a parking lot outside of Mercy. And to tell you the truth, it wasn't too bad, even though our trailer never did smell straight again. Now you can believe all that. People are always saying, don't believe everything read or everything hear, and I'm here to tell you, Believe it. Everything. Everything you read. Everything you hear. Believe your eyes, your ears. Believe the small hairs on the back of your neck. Believe all the history and all the versions of history and all the predictions of the future. Believe every weather forecast. Believe in God, the afterlife, unicorn showers on Tuesday. Everything has happened. Everything is possible. I came home from the track to find the cupboard bare. Trudy is not home. The place smells funny. Harry. It's a fact, and I know it's a fact. Bigfoot has been in my house. Bigfoot stole my wife. She's gone. Believe it. I gotta believe it.
Whole fucking story. Bigfoot likes Toyota Celicas.
Yeah.
And Nuggy is not okay. Right.
Well, God.
Let's be straight up first, okay?
The story.
Let's be straight up first. Nuggy was never okay in the head. He was doing that with a friend over. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Friend, like, that's private time.
Teach me how to Nuggy.
Oh, God.
I think Nuggy and his wife.
The only thing I took away is that next time I go to the track, I will spend the $2 to get the program.
Rick, you're never allowed at the track again. We're not letting Paula get stolen by Bigfoot. That ain't happening.
No.
We're wasted $2.
I don't think Paula could get down into a Toyota Celica anymore.
I mean, you already lost Trudy. How can you lose Paula, too?
Use tie-down straps.
Whoa. Oh my.
So, Robert, in Australia, does Yowie ever take women away?
No, just the dingo and the baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the dingo stole my baby. There's still dingoes on Treasure Island that will attack people because they think that they're friendly pets and they'll feed them, and even though they've signed up saying do not feed the animals. So, yeah, there's still attacks and stuff, but just not as many that we hear about in the Northern Territory.
Dang.
Jeez.
Don't feed the dingoes.
No.
You
No,
get that shit out of your mouth. We're not allowed to feed you.
Sorry.
He said don't feed the animals.
I feel like this is racially motivated.
Oh, God. So, looking at myths, you do hear a lot of stories about Bigfoot stealing women.
Yeah, you look at stories about Bigfoot stealing women, but it usually doesn't go on to a flood where Nuggy rips his pants off.
This is actually the first time.
Midwest
Or a Toyota
Midwest
Celica.
Midwest and East Coast is where you hear that more of.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't hear that in the Pacific Northwest. You hear that on the East Coast and the Northwest and in southern Canada.
So,
That's so funny
are those
thing to hear.
Bigfoots just more desperate?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Rogue. Some of them are rogue. They're the ones that do that kind of stuff. They from what I understand, they're the kind that are not using abilities. They have not been taught abilities, and so they're either rogue. They're either rogue or they are a form of. Excuse me. They're either rogue or they are a form of a different kind of clan. So.
Well, they're more your hairy ape than they are the Bigfoot we know here.
Yeah, they're not higher consciousness using abilities and that kind of stuff. This is the kind of Sasquatch that is living to survive and not using anything but brain and brawn, and they're not
Right. A hairy ape.
anything like. Well,
So is
Yeah,
it
I don't
subspecies
consider
or
it
a caste?
Huh?
well, some of them are still in clans, but they're not the kind of clans that we know in the Pacific Northwest. That's how I understand it.
Well, you know what's interesting. So the Bigfoot and throw in the swamp ape and the other Bigfoot. I guess, types that are in the South and the East Coast have always been more aggressive, seen, and the fact they'll chase you. Not to say there aren't those here in the Pacific Northwest, that you absolutely hear those, but you do hear the more protective and the more hidden.
Okay, I have a quick question. What's the smallest recording of a Bigfoot, like height-wise?
8 feet. 7, 8 feet.
No, because if you look at the Wawra is like 5 to 6 foot.
What about the baby Bigfoot?
Okay, then I have a theory.
That's true. That's true.
This is my theory. My husband is a baby Bigfoot. Because he is 6'5" and hairy.
Let me explain something. The Wawra is the one that is alien Bigfoot.
Okay. Because what you just described, that's my husband.
Alright, so we genuinely have someone who sleeps with an alien on this show. We have an alien on this show. Yep. And we have somebody that sleeps with Sasquatch. Jesus.
Yeah. He lives in the woods, too, so you know.
All we're missing is the... well.
So, I'm curious about Dogman.
What if, like, how curious?
You hear the stories about Bigfoot taking people. I think Dogman is mostly aggressive, just kills, does he not? Does anybody know anything about Dogman?
No.
Yeah, I
I've
do.
never heard that.
It's a man dog.
A man dog?
They're about 6 to 7 foot tall. They walk on 2 legs and 4.
They're bigger. In some cases, in some cases they're bigger. I was shown.
But do you think they're migrating this way? Because we are hearing more and more stories about Dogman on this side.
Yes, I do, because I know they're in California. I know they travel from Southern California through through almost Northern California. So yeah, I do think they're migrating.
Okay, but I gotta ask the important questions here, guys. Don't give me that look, Nikki.
Oh, okay.
These are important. Like, if he's bored, does he lick his own privates? When meeting you for the first time, does he sniff your privates?
All I want to know is, does he only know doggy style?
Oh my gosh.
And
that's a good question.
Is it a specific breed of dog, or can you have Poodle Man?
Ooh, can you imagine a God Man?
A what?
A what?
Goat Man, Dog Man crossed? Be God Man.
God Man. Oh man.
Or it'd be Gog Man.
Huh?
Gog.
Gog?
Gog.
I like that one. Dog Man sounds
Possible
better.
there may be a goat man.
The goat.
A goat man and a dog man.
So we did have...
That's a good point, though, that Kayla brought up. Like, is there Border Collie Man?
I don't know.
Chihuahua Man!
He's only a 3 foot on 2 legs.
Wait, and can they also have dwarfism?
Come on, Chihuahua Man is Chupacabra. Everybody knows
Like
that.
Chihuahua, Dog Man, dwarfism.
Well, if a Bigfoot has dwarfism, isn't that just an ape?
Okay.
Well,
that is one thing you never see. Nikki, and I want to know. Have you ever seen a dwarf ghost?
No.
Really?
See, like, do you know what I mean, though?
They're elusive.
We've had lots of them.
it's like a left.
Okay.
Yeah, they all turn into one.
I've seen animals in the etheric. So I've seen my own cats and dogs who've crossed over. I've seen Dogman through a Sasquatch's eyes. Mm-hmm. And that one that was in California at that time when it occurred, the Sasquatch was about 9-10 feet tall, about 9 feet tall. The Dogman was almost the same height and vicious looking. I mean, just really, truly vicious looking. But in the etheric, I've never seen a human that has died that was had dwarfism. I've never come across that yet. Doesn't say it won't happen, but I've never come across that. Most folks, I've had children that I've talked to, their spirits. I've had teenagers, young adults, and all the way to seniors.
Okay.
So,
I want to go back to
but
Dogman.
I've never had somebody who had dwarfism.
Because now you made me question something, Nikki.
Oh God, what?
Do all dogmen go to heaven?
Oh my gosh. Well,
That's a good question. I have no idea. Oh,
Right? Because all dogs go to heaven, so do all dogmen? And like, all because we know all cats go to hell because they run it. Like, really?
So Catman.
They finally get to torture humans in the way they really want to. For
the cat.
Cole.
okay. Here's
I
your
have a
answer.
question, Cole.
Okay.
Okay.
What year model was the Toyota Celica? This is an important question. Because
It was 83 silver.
Had to be an 86.
Okay.
86.
that might
And
work.
not
86
silver?
is
Bright.
Toyota's number one color of those years was gold.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
No, it had to be bright neon pink.
So, Nikki, Paula has a question. Is there a way to contact a pet that has passed on, or do they have to contact you?
No, you can contact them.
Okay.
Do they like talk back to you, or they like bark at you?
No,
So
they
the-
actually
Like,
English language, whatever. Okay, so if the psychic medium is in whatever country, that's what they will speak. Whatever language that you were speaking in when you were with them, that's the language that they will speak to you in. At least that's been my experience. I've had my Max come and talk to me. I've had my dog Susie come and talk to me. I've had a number of our cats come and talk to me after they've died, long after they died. But yeah, that's always interesting. But yeah, you can actually contact them. It might take a while for them to actually come to you, but if they have not already reincarnated, because animals can reincarnate.
Okay, so Robert.
Okay, who's laughing and why?
Okay, so Robert asked if Dogman goes to heaven. What about Bowser?
Oh god.
I have an answer for that because Bowser is a dinosaur. Okay, and I finally figured out what happened to all the dinosaurs.
Is he a dinosaur
So
or is he a
there was a meteor coming towards Earth,
lizard?
and one of the dinosaurs said to one of the other dinosaurs, "Make a wish," and he said, "I wish for more wishes." All of a sudden, meteor storm. Friend, all dinosaurs go to hell. Sorry, Bowser's gone. Friend, they fucked up the planet the first time. Now
I'm
it's
pretty
our turn.
sure they just go through the tunnel and they end up in Mario Land or whatever.
Did you seriously just say tunnel?
If
It's a
ever you
warp
get a,
pipe.
if ever you get a genie and it gives you 3 wishes, ask for more genies.
I'll pass. No.
No, because knowing me, it would be like a Wishmaster scenario.
Right?
And I'd be like, oh, this is great. Oh, that's fabulous.
And now you got fucking 3 of them, 9 of them, 12 of them.
I know exactly what I would ask for.
What?
Can I borrow Pandora's box for just one moment? Don't look at me like that.
I need you to open that bitch.
Hey, Genie,
Just
here's
for a
your new home. God.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Oh, shit. So,
What the fuck is that, John?
he doesn't know.
is it amoeba?
It's a bean, apparently.
It's a bean. It's a smoking bean.
It's a pigeon.
Hot beans.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking
So it's from
pigeon.
Tijuana.
It looks like a thumb.
It looks like a pigeon. Pigeons aren't real.
Oh yeah, Kelly.
It's just complete dead air.
Okay.
Did you just see how
Explain this for Kelly. There is a complete movement called Birds Aren't Real.
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't heard of that, have you?
No.
Yeah, birds aren't real.
Yeah.
In the 50s, all the birds in the United States were replaced with drones,
Robots.
Yep.
Birds aren't real.
Drones.
Yeah.
Now this is a full movement across the United
Okay,
States.
but I've seen a bird's guts. So how is that a drone?
It's okay. I
They're
fried
very
chicken.
advanced.
So
Yep.
But also, and that might have been one of the ones from Canada or Mexico. They left those ones alone.
yeah, it's
It's
just
only
U.S.
in the
birds.
US.
Only in the U.S.
Well, and not to mention, I mean, they're so
I'm pretty sure
realistic.
there's a few of them in China.
They shit on your car. I mean, yeah.
Oh, is that...
That's
No.
realistic shit.
No, that's just nanoprobes.
China doesn't use drones.
What?
They use balloons.
What the heck?
No, we do now.
Yeah, I've seen a bird explode, so...
Yeah.
When the fuck did you see a bird explode and why? Did you feed it Alka-Seltzer?
It ate rice.
That's okay. Kayla?
Shut up.
It ate minute rice.
Kayla killed 3 swans.
Okay, I did not. Oh my god.
Which one was it? Was the one where you where it hit the power line, or the one where you hit it with a rock?
I like how you started to say you threw it at
Oh
the
my
power
God.
line.
If anyone read the book Paranormal Sexuality by Paul Chambers on Amazon,
Why the fuck would we read that? Okay.
and
No.
is it rubbish or is it informative? You know what? I will fucking Google it and I will get a.
You know what?
Coffee.
Okay, that's it.
Who reads that?
I just read this in my spare time.
All right,
This is what I
everybody,
read
yeah.
to go to sleep every night.
This
Paranormal
is-
in my sexuality.
This is our
That's a bedtime story.
I don't
this
think
is our
anyone's read
book
it,
club of the
Paula.
month book.
What?
This is now our book club of the month book.
Everybody must read it. We'll discuss it next month.
Come on, Nikki. You know you want to read that.
Thank you.
Might learn a thing or two.
No, thank you. I have enough AT stuff. I have enough paranormal stuff.
Holy fuck!
Etheric stuff. Yeah, that too.
Did you know that?
I haven't had a holy fuck in a while.
Me neither. Whoa.
Nikki,
Every time we do it, it's holy.
you know Brad Steiger, right?
I'm sorry, who?
Brad Steiger. I know
Robster?
he's in the UFO field.
Oh,
He wrote Sex and the Supernatural.
Oh, I know that name, yeah. I didn't know the book, but I know the name.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't know aliens could do that position. Anyway,
I did.
If Amelia saw that comment, she's gonna slap you tomorrow.
so I'm
You know that, right?
I'm getting a copy of it.
Fuck? Human sexual intercourse with the supernatural.
Yeah, actually, that can happen.
Oh yeah.
If you
Must
have
survive in
any,
whips and chains.
Whips and chains.
Friend.
okay, so here's the thing: if you if you have a spirit who has enough energy and power, and it takes a great deal to be able to do that. There are certain spirits who have excessive energy in the etheric. It actually can take place. Do not ask me how I know. But yes, it can take place with certain spirits.
Okay, but
Go ahead.
how many times do you think they've gotten away with it because it was a teenage boy? Like, I'm just saying, what teenage boy's gonna say no?
Teenage etheric teenage girls, I would assume, but I don't think women would go, because you're looking at a whole different psychology on that one.
But if it's a dead priest from Boston in the 70s, it ain't a teenage girl. It's a teenage boy. Like,
That's a different subject, Cole.
I'm just saying.
I know, but that's a different subject. This goes back into the conversation that we were all kind of laughing and everything about with the first one or two or three stories you first did. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, if you've got a spirit who has that kind of power to be able to do that on a maybe even a once a year or once every 5-year basis, and they're connected to the person, then yeah, I mean, it would pretty much happen in dreams. It wouldn't necessarily happen while the person is awake.
But then you're dealing with...
a spirit can get into a person's higher consciousness while they're asleep. So
right.
A deceased person.
And then you're talking incubus, succubus.
Could you have astral
no,
sex?
That's a different ball game. That's a different ball game. Yeah, well, I don't know about the astral part of it, but I do know that higher consciousness, yeah, that's doable.
Is it actual sex or is it just the thought of sex? Though?
No, it's actual. You can here's the thing. If you have two living human beings, both of them have abilities, then if they each know how to physically manipulate the other person's body, that's via energy. Yeah, it can happen. Hello, I'm going to tell you flat out, I have had a psychic who I met only once, and he did a mind rape on me. It happens. Okay, I am living proof of it. It traumatized the hell out of me. He actually performed an actual rape on me, and I was sitting. I'm gonna be blunt. I was sitting at my computer typing up a bunch of documented information for some law thing, and the next thing I know, I've got somebody in my head, and my body is being manipulated. And I'm like, there is nobody in this house. What the hell is happening to me? And when I realized who it was and what was going on, I tried to fight him. Psychically tried to fight him, and I could, at that time, all those years ago, I didn't know how to do that. Now, if some asshole does that, boy, do I know how to put up a damn good fight. And he'll go down, because there's no way in hell. So, yeah, there are things that we as living human beings on this plane of existence can do to another human being in the same plane of existence at long distances. It could be short distances or long distances. This MFer lived in California, and yeah, I got choice words for him. But anyway, you talk about a soul court. Yeah, I'd like to see. I like I said, I have choice words. But anyway, so that was my very first experience, and with a psychic in that way. We didn't even have, we said hello, hi, how are you? And then I asked him, what do you want? And he literally disappeared out of, off the platform that I was on. And like, what was it, about a week later, this incident happened. So yeah, it can take place. Now, if you're in a loving, caring relationship with somebody, whether it's short distance or long distance, yes, two psychics can have that experience with each other. And it will be extremely physical. You can't, there are things that you can do in the etheric. So, you know, it's a whole different form of relationship altogether. Then you've got situations to where, you know, you got the ETs. That's another mind bender and ball game, because some ETs can be in the etheric in long distances, and how they're connecting with you is they're connecting with you via your higher consciousness. So that's, and I've got a female ET that stays in contact with me periodically. She does a check-in, and I mean, we're talking long haul distances. And she is so strong in the physical and in the etheric that she can literally travel. And we're not talking in astral. We're talking in a form of higher consciousness that is so extreme, I've never come across anything quite like it before. And that's saying something coming from an ET abductee of nearly 56 years, so or 50 whatever years. Anyway, so the point is that, yeah, there are things that are very real that can happen and do happen to people. And the individual that I was talking about all those years ago, the psychic that did the psychic rape on me, because that's what it was, it's a form of psychic rape, disappeared. I've never seen or experienced anything and that's one of the reasons why I talk about this kind of thing openly and publicly, because this shit can happen, and it is very real, and it can make the other person feel like they, in every aspect of the word, going through a physical real rape. Well, it is physical, but it's also psychological, because they are literally forcing their way into your mind. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole different ball game there, and I'm not trying to upset people or freak people out who have it's the unscrupulous and the ones that want to do the nefarious garbage. Those are the ones.
Let me add something too, because even, we laugh and joke about it, and it's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, on many levels, there are so many levels of it that are ridiculous, because if they really were experiencing things,
some of them, but some of them might be, and I get that. Yeah. Okay, mental health aside, but if they are, at what point do you stop trusting that spirit? Because that spirit can do whatever the hell it wants to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no stopping it.
Exactly. How far are you willing to? I mean, there's a point in time on your soul, mm-hmm. and your own soul's energy, to where, I mean, how far into this psychologically do you want to go? Because it's not. Ouch. Okay, whoever's screwing with my ears, leave my ears alone. I swear to God.
Sorry.
Somebody's trying to mess with my left ear more so than my right, which means
my God.
STD.
I didn't know what
anyway.
Did you know that STD is not a disease? It's a sexually transmitted demon.
Oh, for
okay, so on that note, though, someone really did screw up a few years ago.
Huh.
At Nissan, the car maker.
Okay.
They created a car, and they decided to call it the STI. Now, on our European friend, to our European friends, that means sexually transmitted infection.
Right.
But in America here, it's a car. Friend, do you know how many times I have screwed up thinking one of my friends has an STD because they're talking about the car they just bought? Friend, I'm like, that's not something to announce on Facebook. Jesus Christ, people.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, I mean, it gets really... You got to figure out the real facts of things. And you can typically tell when somebody is telling the truth about it, because there are certain little idiosyncrasies that will jive with the truth. And sometimes they're really fine, really minute, and you don't pick up on them unless you really know the field, so to speak. But yeah, it's interesting. You gotta know your stuff, man. Yes. It
Okay,
got
so
quiet.
Oh. Okay, so for Nikki, so Paula wants to know, she missed the astral show last week, so this might have been covered, but she's read, is it possible to astral project and have astral sexual encounters? And what's your opinion? And we kind of covered that, but go ahead and go over that again.
Yeah, you can. Some people will say no, it's not possible, but yeah, you can. You can have a relationship. Your physical body will feel sensations, or at least from what I've been told, because I've not experienced that. And so, but from what I've been told from folks that I do know and trust that have stated that, and for me, trust is a really big issue. So, so for me to trust this individual and know that they are telling me the truth, and so what I've been informed of is that, yeah, you in astral, I mean, you have you're attached with your soul cord. There's a certain amount of trust too with the other person, but yeah, you can. It's not like what I was talking about with the being in the higher consciousness form of etheric. It's different than that. But in the astral, you still have the physical sensations in your body that's sitting sitting here, and yet your form of another body is out in the etheric playing around. I mean, yeah, it can happen.
But I'm with Robert on that. That could get really freaking messy. Like,
yeah,
that's where all the sticky gel comes in for rain.
Yeah,
on both sides, in the physical and in the etheric, that could get messy.
Just
I mean,
remember
and
this. That's why there's down here.
That's why there's gel that comes down as rain and hits your windshield.
What?
It's etheric sperm.
You.
You look.
Well, yeah. And if you're...
How many times have I told you quit licking the windows?
Okay, so here's something else. You can be in if you have abilities. You don't necessarily have to be psychic, but you can have a psychic connection in your dreams with another person that you love and care about, and you can have relations in those dreams. Your physical body's going to have a reaction to it, just as if you had an erotic.
That's dream traveling.
Well, it's more than just that, but I mean, it's what the government asshats do. But they've had a thing from the 1960s about it. Anyway, the point is that yeah, I mean, it can be done.
So you're telling me Kelly Kapowski felt the same things I was feeling when I was a teenager?
Mm-hmm.
Not if you were not connected to her.
Every time I watched that show, I felt very connected.
In dreams, while she's in your dreams. I mean, the two can interplay.
I feel she was dreaming about me.
It's a form of higher consciousness.
I really think she was dreaming about me. Like, you know?
Never know.
Right.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm assuming that was during your high school days. But anyway,
yeah.
my point is that I know that there are individuals that try to connect with me in my dreams that are living human beings on this realm that we live in, plane of existence, and they're for doing it for nefarious purposes, and I put a stop to it. So, yeah, it can happen. So just from that, I also know that you can die in a dream. If you die in a dream, your body you're not coming back, honey. At least not in my opinion.
Well, they call that natural causes.
What I know. Yeah.
The old men resurrection.
Yeah, It's a psychic connection, and when you have that psychic connection in your dreams with another person, and they've got the connection, you can actually psychically and physically harm them. Psychically, psychologically, and physically harm them.
That's not nice.
So just you better, if you're going to do that kind of stuff and that kind of play, you better damn well trust them explicitly, because you're trusting them with your life. No joke. That's the serious side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
no, you're talking like a regular dream, though. Like if you die in your dream.
Oh no! I mean, just like they say, if you're falling when you're dreaming and you don't wake up before you hit the ground, you're gonna die. So, which is bullshit, because I know many that have woken up with it.
Okay, because I'm like, I die in my dreams all the time, and I've never like it.
Asking for my friend Glenn Quagmire. Can you roofie someone in astral?
Well, I don't see.
No.
Fine.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to alter somebody in astral. Like, not necessarily.
You can alter them in the higher consciousness in the dreamlands. You can seriously alter somebody. Hardcore, in fact.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be kind of like an astral roofie? If you're like altering their thought processes to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not.
So I got a question for you. If you are more powerful than the other person with you in astral, can you change their form in there?
You can in astral or in dream?
In astral.
In astral. No. You can't.
No?
As far as what I know,
can you change their form? No.
Like what I'm saying, Nikki, is
listen. You can think of them in a different form, and they can change into that form. However, based on what I understand, they won't actually change. It's your perception, based on your perception. If that's making any sense. And Robert, you're shaking your head. Yes.
But I'm wondering, is if like me and you went in.
You can perceive them as however you want them to look, but they will still look like themselves.
Right.
Whatever image they are looking like in the astral.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
So if I would almost have to think that there is a point where someone like Nikki and someone like me, who has never been in astral, could go in. And if Nikki was more nefarious, let's say,
right,
could take it to a point where you actually change my view of myself.
You cannot control you.
No?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's this. Here's what I found out based on the government asshat bullshit that I've experienced the last 5-6 years. They can try in the etheric, but also in the dream with the psychic connection. They can alter your dreams enough to where they can wreak psychological havoc on how you think. Typically about how you think about yourself or how you think about other information.
And what they're doing is...
I don't yes.
What they're doing psychologically destroying your self-esteem.
Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's psychological warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that kind of stuff can and does happen. And they're headhunting. And I'm like, no. No. They're headhunting for other psychics and doing nefarious stuff. And forcing people in signing ND. Oh, yeah, I mean, I sound crazy. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm like, I'm done with this crap and their crap and them and their BS. So, Robert knows. He's witnessed some stuff with me regarding some of the government asshat shit.
Yeah, I've fought those bastards off as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you're next to Pine. You're next to Pine Gap. Well, not next to it, but you're close enough to Pine Gap. They might see you as a threat.
Well, I don't know if they've noticed me in the bottom levels, because there's way many more levels than what they say is on that map in Pine Gap. But I've been there.
They can go under your house.
Right. That's okay. They can do that all they want while I'm kicking the shit out of the cop above my house.
Right?
Right.
And I just lost.
What'd you lose?
Sound. Unless nobody's talking.
Yeah, no one was talking.
Okay.
So, anybody else got questions? And Kayla, did I get it information to you right? Been an interesting day, so that's why I'm asking. I want to know if I'm saying stuff correctly, if it's coming across to where it's understandable.
Yeah.
I'd prefer if you said stuff with a British accent, actually. Just saying.
Oh.
They want that stuff.
That stuff. Lots of stuff.
Stuff and things.
So you've heard you've heard the stories about all the Native American women in on one highway in Canada. I mean, the hundreds of them disappeared.
The Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
That's Canada's Trail of Tears.
Oh, okay. Do you think was that a serial killer? Was that government, or do you think that Bigfoot might have taken some of them?
I think it's a combination.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a combination. Like the problem is, it doesn't matter where they're going or what's happening to them. No one cares when it comes to
I get that.
So we're never going to find out.
You forgot the interdimensional doorways that could open and they just walk through and they don't realise they're going through. And then they can't find their way back.
Yeah. There's so many portals on this planet and vortexes, and it's mind-bending. It's really mind-bending.
Well, and they shift.
They can, yeah. If it's not a stable, if it's not a wormhole, if it's not a stable portal, yeah.
Now, do you think, so this is only a hypothesis here, but do you think the government has gotten to the technology to where they can create a portal at will?
No.
Yes.
Which government?
Yes.
U.S.
Yes.
No.
They can, but it's hard to control.
Okay, hold on. Let's which branch?
Well, fuck, look at DARPA with the military.
Okay. Cole, in
Look at the Black
answer to that
Project.
question, I have seen U.S. military men and women, and I'm going to say this, I keep saying it, the last many weeks I keep saying it. I have seen our U.S. military in U.S. military uniforms walking down hallways with 8 and 9 foot tall ET, typically the 8 foot talls, but 8 and 9 foot tall ETs. So I know that they're traveling long haul distances. Now, do I have proof of that? No.
No, but what I'm saying,
No.
Nikki, is I do believe that the U.S. military works with aliens, and I do believe that they can do that. You're right.
Yeah.
Our government itself?
No.
I don't think they have any fucking clue.
No, they don't. I think some of them do, especially the CIA branch.
No. Okay, okay, this is what I've been told. Oh, crap, I can't say. Okay, there's one form I cannot say how I know. They were living at the time.
Well, here's
the other part is the other side of it. There's the other side. And, yeah, it can... I just lost my train of thought.
That's okay, you'll get it back. Here's my point, though. So, in a lot of these missing 401 cases, right, there have been a lot of cases where high-level scientists were out fucking just enjoying the day hiking, and they disappear. Now, is it possible that in those cases, where they do want a high-level scientist, but they can't just fucking abduct them, can open a portal at will and make them disappear?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then all of a sudden they find themselves underground somewhere and threaten, all they have to do is say, Yeah. You know your wife Karen. We're living right next door to her. If you don't do what we want you to do,
There are reasons why I say yes to that. There are reasons only because of what I have been shown by Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
Through Sasquatch's eyes only. At the time, I didn't understand what was taking place with me. There are, and now I'm not talking Dogman, I'm talking about a different, I'm talking about being here at home and being shown Mount Baker, a very specific section of Mount Baker. I don't think I ever got you that. I don't think I ever got you that map, Eric. I thought I did, but now I'm thinking on it, and I don't think I
Send
did.
me everything you can, because we're going to be doing some expeditions up here. You're probably looking at Sauk Mountain, because Sauk Mountain really intrigues the fuck out of me. One, because it has vents that actually link to Mount Baker that are what they call exhaust vents for the volcano that I think a lot of shit lives in.
Yeah. The Sasquatch showed me, 2018, 2019, they showed me how the military was creating a brand new underground base in Mount Baker, or in the mountains of Mount Baker, and they went deep. And I got shown detailed things that I had never experienced before that time. Meaning, I was shown, it was literally watching it through somebody else's eyes. And I had never experienced, not quite like that, I'd never experienced it to that extent. And now I believe it was a Sasquatch. So, yeah.
So with that going on, what are we looking for? I mean, obviously vibrations in the ground, obviously mysterious booms that happen occasionally. Maybe more orb activity, maybe more lights in the sky, I don't know. Military helicopters?
I don't know how to answer that question, but I do know that our deep government, like the really deep black government, they have the science that we can't even comprehend at this level. I know that the ETs have confirmed some of that with me over the years, and it's been a hell of a mind bender to me. So yeah, it can be done.
So
what they're
question.
going after, it's a little on the questionable side.
What's up?
Can I tell you what I know?
What do you know?
I know we need to get Nikki a secondary device, because Robert is putting pictures of her backside in the group chat, and she's not here to see this. Friend.
No, what I need is the asshats took out my router. What I need is a new router. Otherwise, I'd be up on my laptop instead of a crappy ass phone.
Yeah, he put up a picture, and it says Nikki's caboose from the derailed train. So it's pretty rad,
Robert,
Nikki.
Payback, bitch.
And Robert, no, actually, the government choppers we're seeing up here are actually Army fucking Blackhawks and shit.
Okay, but that one's cooler because, like,
it is.
It looks like with the shadow in the background, it looks like a shark.
It does. And we do have the occasional Chinook. We do have the occasional Chinook that comes up here, and it really makes me wonder why the fuck we're bringing
Chinooks
Chinook up.
happen in Canada.
Huh?
Chinook happen in Canada.
Really?
That's when you get a warm front down below for coming off the mountains.
Okay.
Right.
They're just...
Yeah. Best chopper ever.
Yeah, you know, it's good. It's good. God damn it.
Now we got to show his backside. He lost his train of thought.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought today. It got me going on all kinds of fucking rabbit holes.
Everybody's showing up their ass today. Rock out. It is that kind of show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it is Valentine's Day.
And we got to get a special probe just for the crashed aliens. Yeah.
Whoa, man. You are a little too excited about this.
It's what we do.
We call it the alien probe.
That's why we're calling it the Heavy Terrain Research.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible.
That's what the alien's probably going to say afterwards, but hey.
We're not walking up the heavy train.
I don't know. Some of them would think this would be really funny tonight, and I think some of the other crass humor, and then the ones that are like very elegant and posh, what I call elegant and posh, and they're like, the attitude of it's so beneath us. So yeah, you're gonna get a mix, I think.
They're retiring the warthogs. We gotta go buy one.
But with what Nikki was saying, there's people in concrete. I think they're aliens.
What?
Well, I have been told there are hybrids walking among us all the time.
I'm not surprised. One bit by it. So what do you see coming in March? I'm hearing a lot of bad shit's coming in March.
No! That's not allowed. No!
Oh no, I'm serious. I'm hearing there's a lot of...
Yeah, it's been the middle of March to the end of March. For a long time, I've heard since sometime last year, end of 2022 into 2023. What I've been hearing is it was originally the middle of March. Now it's the end of March, is what I keep picking up. I know that Rosella, because she and I have had a conversation about that, and she's picking up towards the end of March as well. So the current status of stuff. Now, there are many different... I can't remember what she talked about, which was picking up. But
was it economy or was it disasters or?
Part of it is economy that is done by based on what I have been shown and bits and pieces of what I've been shown. Is that part of it is economy? I know that at some point this year, I'm not sure of the timing right now, but that the U.S. population gets really pissed off at government and takes a stand.
I'm just watching. I'm watching for that, honestly.
Okay, so you've got the farmers in for the UE. I can't think of what country it is, but the farmers actually united in one country recently, and
Brazil.
They started doing all. I'm sorry.
I swear that was Brazil.
Yeah, it's they're talking about the European Union, and the European Union gave in because I just saw a news article on it yesterday or the day before. Anyway, something about they actually have listened to the farmers and not doing what they were going to do, and the farmers fought back. I mean, in droves. Stuff you would never see, not in the 80s, no timeline would you ever see that. Or I mean, 50s to 90s and into the 2000s. So, what I keep seeing and have seen for quite a while is United States citizens are gonna take a stand, and government's not gonna be able to control it. When that's going to take place, I keep getting that it's this year, but I don't have confirmation of that. I don't have confirmation that I personally want to have or personally typically receive. I'm receiving this information slightly different than how I normally receive it. And so do I trust it? Yes, but I want more of a definitive timeline. It's kind of like a United States with its own minor, although it's not minor, Civil War type of situation. And wow, you know what I mean by civil. Anyway, so major.
I don't see
That's
this.
what they used to tell me was civil unrest. That is the phrase that I used to get for 3 years straight.
And I don't see this country ever going to an all-out, going door to door, shooting your neighbors kind of shit.
No. No, it civil disobedience is what I literally just heard.
Right. It's just, you stay the fuck home, you lock your doors. Get your guns ready. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Keep your stuff protected and make sure you've got supplies for anywhere from 15 days to, I would personally say up to 60 days just to be on the safe side. But, you know.
Yeah, I'd say a month or more. But
Yeah.
6 months up to 2 years.
well, that's where I'm at. But am I anywhere near that preparedness? No, hell no. I can't afford it.
Yeah, hardly. Not a lot of people are.
But that's why I do encourage people, when the weather gets warmer, if it fucking does, get your garden going, because you're going to be relying on your own fucking food supply.
Yeah.
For a good while.
Well, and you're looking at a lot of people are going into the canning. I mean, they're buying canned goods. They're also canning their own meat, their own. They're doing all sorts of stuff. So what it reminds me of, though, is 1999 into 2000. That year was, you had preppers coming out of the woodwork like it was going out of style. It's nothing compared to what we've got now. Mm-hmm. What we've got now is about 15 times more stronger, and it's stronger simply because of social media.
It's okay. They're all in Texas right now anyway.
So anyway, yeah, it's quite the ordeal, but I keep getting, the most current feeling that I get on it is it doesn't last as long as what everybody expects. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't have any quotes I can go from off of any of my spirit guides or ancient family, or hell, even the ETs that are in
that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, what?
So, Intergalactic Federation. Is it real? Is it real? Is there a consortium in Intergalactic Federation that fucking watches and monitors who's here?
That's not what it's for. It decides what positions you're allowed to use.
That's the government.
Oh.
But... And literally, at one time, it was only the missionary. In the Army, it's still, you're only allowed to do the missionary position.
Yes. Okay, but hold on. That is not because of their rules. It's because most of them aren't smart enough to do more than one position.
I get that, but you can literally get charged with sodomy and adultery in the fucking Army.
Yeah, but that's because they ate too many crayons and
Although that was long before the trans.
There wasn't much before the crayons.
So, in answer to your question, Eric, yes, it is real. I've heard many different names of it, whether it's Federation, whether it's Consortium.
Right.
Consortium is actually the closest to the real. Consortium is a real name. Many people state that. But what?
So I guess my point is, from
a different lifetime? Yeah, it's real.
But I guess my point is, if they're what's their stance on hybrids walking around on Earth?
They don't care about that.
They don't.
They don't care about that. They don't. That's not what they're for.
So what are they for?
No.
Okay, it's like the Geneva Convention, dude. They make the rules of engagement. So if something is happening, if something is going on, it's like saying, hey, we can't do chemical warfare anymore. So it's the same type of a thing, but on a galactic scale.
Okay.
ETs who look so much like humans, they can pass.
Well, yeah. Depending on the race.
For a human being. But they're a completely different race. Now you've got human women who are abducted, are impregnated, and allowed to have that pregnancy on Earth. and those are human, human ET hybrid. Look human. They're not gonna. I mean, if you see a completely blue person walking around, either get them to a hospital because of silver toxicity. I joke.
Or anemic.
Yeah, no joke. But I mean, most of the blue ones or other colors typically cannot conceal themselves. Not always, but some of them can. I know cubs that can. Been around them a lot. Some of them are very sweet, and others are extremely legalistic, pains in the butt. So But yes, there is a consortium. Yes, they do have a. They keep track of Earth. There's something about the minerals and
they're awesome.
The inside of the Earth, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that Earth has a very well hidden, kind of like it's in the etheric form of a beacon. That's like, you screw with this planet in any way with its population. Basically, we're test subjects, in my opinion. So they're not allowed to really mess with us regarding killing us all off. That's such bullshit. There's talk about, oh my God, the ETs are coming, they're gonna start a war, and we're not gonna survive it, and then they're gonna eat us, and blah 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 blah.
No, that's Project Bluebeam.
They're wrong.
That's Project Bluebeam.
That was the British, and it happened a while ago. Okay. Like.
Oh, and Robert, I actually went and saw the men. I can't remember what they're called, but the Men in Blue, the Blue Men, or whatever.
Group.
Huh?
Blue Man Group.
And I went and saw their show in Vegas. They were fucking awesome.
Well,
Yeah, I used to always.
There was a whole family.
But that's okay. I see the ETs for them. Sorry, Kayla.
The Kentucky Blue people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It was a whole
family.
DNA.
There's an entire
It was
family
a whole genetic
of Kentucky Blue people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nobody said shit about it.
No.
Nobody cared that they were freaking blue.
Nope.
So, honestly, I think even if there was a bright blue alien among us, we would just assume that it was tattoos or some kind of body augmentation or whatever, and we would just be like, okay, look, it's Avatar.
If they even lift their hands from their phones.
Kayla.
Right?
Look at Discord.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but it'd be some Karen redneck bitch that would be behind him in the store that'd say, "Ow, you need to go back to where you came from. No, you don't. You need to speak English and come and go back to where you came from." And yeah, I can see that shit happening already.
No, but you know what I mean. Like nowadays, with all the body augmentation that people do, I swear, a real live, like 100% totally different from us alien could walk down the streets of Los Angeles and people would be like, wow, that's a lot of modifications, dude.
Yo, alien putting his dentures in.
They wouldn't care that it was an alien. They wouldn't even know it was an alien.
No.
Alan Tudyk.
Oh, so cool. What are we talking about next week? You got a topic in mind already? Or did your mind derail too?
Topic for what, next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the week after this week, Rick. Try and keep up, okay?
Huh?
Toyota Celica.
Oh my God.
Paranormal Universe.
No.
No.
I didn't want to go back to the 80s. Or 70s.
I did.
Okay, sure, brother.
Music was.
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had a topic already.
Hell no. Friend.
10 minutes.
Oh no, man. You picked a topic. Nah.
We
All live in a yellow submarine.
The
The youth of the nation.
We're going to talk about yellow submarines. Is that what you said?
Friend.
I don't know. What do you want?
How about possession?
Oy.
Okay.
Sure.
Talk about possessions and add attachments with that. The difference between a possession and an attachment.
Seriously, there's a lot of people that don't know the difference between attachments and demons
And
or
the different
possession.
types of attachments.
Like, that's not a bad idea.
The difference between the two is nuggy.
Nuggy.
And a Toyota Celica.
Oh my god. We need to go to the junkyard and find him a damn Toyota
Oh
Celica.
God.
Okay.
And now I'm just, my brain's been stuck on Toyota Celica. My parents had one from the 70s, drove it all the way up and down the East Coast. Got great gas mileage. There's nothing wrong with the Toyota Celica. Now, can it fit a Bigfoot?
Yes.
Probably not.
Absolutely.
Dad was 6'3".
It apparently
so-
did. And his wife in her
Every vehicle
pants.
can fit a Bigfoot in it. You just got to be willing to adjust it.
Yeah, just cut open the ceiling in the back.
He took the seat out.
Fit.
No, you rip out the roof.
Done.
Done.
There
It
you go.
fits. Friend. But
Did you
No,
get
it's
that
not.
from
Next
Harold
next
in the
week we'll do
Henderson?
possessions. The week after we'll do underwater bases.
Okay.
Because that was one we talked about a while ago doing and never got to.
What type of underwater bases?
The ones underwater.
Because I know a few good Minecraft bases that.
So,
Oh, is that true?
so
That's
to
my
be-
mom's birthday.
To be totally honest, USOs don't even need the fucking ocean.
I'm going to have to send my mom.
I've heard reports of USOs going up rivers and shit.
Yeah.
That is one thing I need to say. My mom did want to listen to tonight's show. She unfortunately has an engagement tomorrow that she has to be up early for, so she wasn't able to. But she did want to say to all our listeners and everybody on the panel, Happy Valentine's Day. And she includes Bigfoot and all the aliens in that too. Happy Valentine's Day to them.
Aw, thanks, Mom.
Send you some sticky buns.
Thank you, grandmother.
Tell her happy Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Happy
I will.
Valentine's Day.
I will tell her Happy Thanksgiving from Nikki.
Hey, no, Nikki, I've been wanting to say fucking a happy Halloween all fucking day. I don't know why.
So just say it. Get it over with. Do it.
Oh, happy Halloween.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you've said it. You feel better?
Huh?
Do you feel better?
I do.
You're at the age of.
Hey, is it a
What
Halloween
was that,
in
Nikki?
Australia, Robert?
Is it a what?
It's Halloween in Australia, isn't it?
You'd think so.
They're Southern Hemisphere.
Still
It'd
summer.
be the start of the school
Still
year.
quite
Oh.
I thought I'd
We'd be
preserve
right
your
around
eyes to put a
September.
shirt on before coming on here, so
But it might not be because it's a leap year too.
That's true.
So
Yep. My birthday's on the 28th, so, got an extra.
you missed it by a day. What the hell?
So did
No, my mom was given a choice. She's
Right.
like, I'm not doing that to my kid.
Well, one of my dad's friends he gets 2 birthdays every 4 years.
Yep.
Because he has 2 birth certificates, one for Alaska and one for Canada. And Alaska says February 29th. His Canadian one says March 1st. So,
Okay.
yeah. We're at,
That's super weird.
Yes,
so
kind of cool, but bizarre.
yeah. Friend.
Okay, so next week is the difference between the two, possession and attachment.
Well, we're talking possessions and attachments in general, but we'll go into the
Fine.
differences between them and the physical symptoms of each.
The ailments.
Yep. And add aliens into that because there's alien parasites as well that are worms. or worm-like.
And they're not only worm-like. There's worms. There's many different levels, but there's octopus too. Ones that like octopus.
Well, actually, no. We did encounter the octopus at a truck stop years ago. That was the FMP team.
Octopi.
And then, Octopi, yeah. And then we encountered, when we were stopping an alien abduction case, we encountered the parasite worms.
I had an octopus taken out of my brain.
What?
You did.
She absolutely did.
No, I did.
When they pulled it out, it was really gross, but they wouldn't let us keep it.
Well,
It's in a lab somewhere.
It was an octopus.
I gotta release it back into the ocean.
Right.
Back to its motherland.
No, Canada gets rid of its surgical leftovers in a proper way.
No. Don't just throw it into the ocean like the U.S.?
No.
Well, that's lame.
Wow, guys.
Octopi. Yeah. I like it.
Goodness.
And yes.
Actually, if an octopi used the toilet, it's occupied by 8 octopi.
It's occupied?
Or 16.
Right. Depends on how many of them you're using it.
Mm-hmm.
And how many? Well, it was, maybe they only use 4 for like 2 legs for each one. Who knows? Friend. They get choices, just like us.
Oh my god.
Are you telling me when you go to the bathroom in public, you don't close the 2 stalls beside you either? I do.
You do?
Yeah, no one gets to poop beside me. That's gross.
Yeah, but I just don't care anymore. I'm
like,
whatever. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I get the whole bathroom to myself.
Alright, Sean, I also need, before I go, I need to give a shout out to Paranormal Connections. Awesome little show. They have a good podcast. I actually was in the chat room earlier today. They have their show at like 3 in the afternoon. Good, informative show.
And I'm gonna say, happy birthday, you old geezer.
Yeah.
What?
Birthday, son bitch.
Yeah.
I was hoping you forget. Rick didn't forget.
I still have age on my side.
What?
I still have age on my side. You gotta remember that.
I know.
So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. That's all. Last thing I will leave you with is, when it comes to love, there's no limits on it, mostly.
And remember,
if you want to love Bigfoot, you love Bigfoot. You want to love an alien, you love an alien. You want to love a ghost, well, make sure you have a really good defense lawyer.
Especially, well, no, that ain't hit here yet. That
especially if it's John Laughlin.
So, especially with the British Parliament, because they're the ones that, well, dictate pure love.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for listening. We will be back next week with Paranormal Possessions and
Parasites.
Yeah, so have a great week and thank you for listening.
We're gonna end with remember, keep your eyes to the skies.
Oh fuck, he's throwing back. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Ciao, arrivederci, something tinkle.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.